All right, welcome to another installation of the Bomber Briefing. My name is Coach Grigsby, Kerry Grigsby. I coach the defensive line here at Ithaca College. With me, I have three of our incoming junior defensive players. I'm gonna go ahead and let them introduce themselves, fellas. Tell me your name, where you're from, what position you play, and what you major in here at IC. Oh, and I'll let you start.
All right. Hi, I'm Owen O'Neill. I'm from Branchburg, New Jersey. I play defensive end for the Bombers and Coach Grigsby here. I'm a business administration major with a concentration in finance.
Awesome, Jake.
My name is Jake Connolly. I'm from Salem, Massachusetts. I play DB, the bandit position, what we call it here. And I'm a communications major with a minor in business entrepreneurship.
Awesome. Danny.
My name is Danny Portis. I'm a DB from Lincoln Park, New Jersey. I'm a business administration major with a concentration in marketing and then a communications minor.
Awesome, man. So as you can see, our guys are all along the spectrum. We have some great academic programs here. So to get started, man, the first question I have for you guys is, what are some of the things that drew you to Ithaca College? And anybody can answer whatever you feel.
For me, I was just talking about this with my dad earlier. The alumni network, throughout the whole process, they made me feel welcome, and they talked about life after football too, as well as the coaching staff, which was really important to me. I feel like they covered all aspects, from football to academics, better than anyone.
Yeah, exactly what Danny said. The alumni network is huge, but also for me, especially was my major and what I wanted to major in college. And, Ithaca has one of the best communications program in the nation in the Park School. So that really played the biggest factor in why I chose Ithaca.
For me, it was a lot to do with the coaching staff. When I was going through the recruiting process, I had a very young, competitive staff in my high school, and I saw a lot of similarities with Ithaca staff. It was all young guys, all super competitive guys, and it was important to me to be playing football at a high level, at a competitive level, and I just felt like this was the place to do it for me. Every other school I talked to, all the other places I visited, there was just things that they weren't checking off that were being checked off by Ithaca. It was just a different feel, especially when I came up for a visit on campus. Kind of just knew it was home.
Absolutely, man. And to touch on, Danny mentioned our alumni network. It is very strong, and it's something I've noticed in my couple of years coaching here so far. But one of the other, really cool things, and tells you a lot about, I guess, our program is, we've got quite a few guys, including Jake, whose parents played, here at Ithaca College or attended Ithaca. And Jake's dad was an All-American DN, correct?
Yeah, he was.
Awesome. And so we do have a very strong alumni connection. My next question for you guys is, just talk a little bit about what the transition was like from high school to college, just from an academic standpoint, from a football standpoint. And then just, what were the biggest challenges for each of you individually?
Yeah, I could start with that. I would say academically, it's a lot different in the sense where, you only have 2-3 classes on a day. So you have a lot more time in that sense, but you also have to be a lot more, I guess, scheduled and be able to get your work done on time. So that was different for me. And then football wise, I think I went to a smaller high school, so having a bigger team was definitely I'd say one of the biggest differences, but it's also I think really cool. You have 100 best friends on campus immediately. And so I think just being able to adjust to both of those were my biggest transition pieces.
Yeah, so for me, academically, I would say the biggest struggle was probably time management, and with all the free time you have when you get to college, like Danny said, you're taking 2 to 3 classes a day. So the way you manage your time, hanging out with your friends, going to get something to eat, but also the biggest thing is getting your schoolwork done. You don't want to ever fall behind on schoolwork. So I would say time management for me personally, that was the biggest thing. But, Ithaca does have a lot of resources that you could go to if you ever fall behind on a paper or if you're taking math classes to help you, regardless of what it is. So either way you go, you always have resources to go to. And then athletically, I would say it would definitely have to be the playbook for me, learning the mental aspect of the game, how much different it is coming in from high school. We ran 4-3 base every play, and that was really it. And then you get to college, and it's a whole new world. So I would just say, look, getting your nose in the playbook and really just diving deep into him and putting some time into it.
Yeah, academically, like everyone else said, you have a lot more free time, but it's on you to independently manage your time. So that was and still is something that I'm working on as far as the transition goes. And as far as sports goes, I would say the speed and size of everyone else. I played at like a mid-sized high school, but coming in the competition we're facing, everyone's big, everyone's fast, everyone's strong. So the way you would be able to dominate just based on your natural ability in high school, it's not one-to-one as far as coming over to college.
Absolutely. And, all of these guys, were blessed enough to get the opportunity to play, early. Owen, took snaps as a freshman. Obviously, it's not easy, right? And it's not, something that, something that everyone gets the opportunity to do. But just touched on that just a little bit, just about, competition and what that kind of, did for you guys being able to see some time earlier in your career rather than later.
Yeah, I mean, Owen said it before, like the speed of the game is a lot different, and there's definitely like an adjustment period. But I think once you learn to play fast, like it's so much fun because the game being played at such a high level. For me as a competitor, just it doesn't get better. So I honestly I just love it.
So like when you get to college, like in high school, you could be the all-star of your team. You get to college, everybody was the all-star of the team. Everybody's good as you or as good as you or even better than you in some cases. But like Danny said, the competitive aspect is huge at college. Come to practice every day, you want to compete, and then on Saturdays you want to compete. And obviously you want to win.
Yeah. So for me, getting to travel as a freshman and getting some of those reps, like it's a real wake up call because you're going against guys as a defensive end who are 6'3" to 6'5", maybe bigger, 300 plus pounds, all of them. And I was undersized coming in. So I was also lucky enough to have a lot of older guys in front of me really showing me what it means to be successful at this level. And so just watching them and being able to take from their game and put it into mine and kind of learning on the fly, learning by doing, taking it week by week like that, and just getting the experience of going against like other varsity players, like that was huge. But also for guys not in that position, like getting to develop against our team and getting to see those guys every week and doing the same thing where we have all these veterans and you're seeing what success looks like. It's really easy to take things that other people are doing and incorporate it into what you're trying to do.
Absolutely. We're going to touch base on that here in a couple questions. Actually, I think with our next question. So, you guys are all, been a part of this defense for the last, couple of years now, a year or two. And so I want you guys to explain just some of our culture around the defense that we run here and how you guys think that helps elevate your play and the team's performance.
Yeah, like playing fast, I think, is our number one priority as a defense, like fast and physical. And so for me, like being a DB, like that, I think that's like the best mindset to have because if you don't know 100% what you're doing on a play, if you're going 100%, like there's still a good chance you're going to positively impact the play. So I think it's all about playing fast, but also being smart at the same time, obviously, knowing your plays, but being fast and physical. I think those are our two main building blocks to our defense.
Yeah, and I mean, I think a huge part of our culture is also effort on the defensive side, especially. like Danny said, you mess up on a play, as long as you're running 100%, you're running through somebody's face, running to the ball every single play. That's all that really matters. So I would just really say, give an effort every single play.
Yeah, so our defense, we're called the Mad Dogs, and the reason that is because we're supposed to run to the ball like a pack of mad dogs. And that's something like that goes with like playing fast, playing physical. And then as a D line, we talk about energy and effort every play. So from a defensive as a whole perspective, just knowing that you got 10 other hats coming to the ball behind you. So even if you're not making the play, you're impacting the play. And then from a D-line perspective, just wreaking havoc as much as you can, just trying to cause as much chaos as possible. I think the mindset we have on defense makes us really dangerous as a team.
Absolutely. We're gonna wreak havoc up front so you guys on the back end can have a little bit of fun.
Love
Make
it.
it nice and easy for y'all.
Love it.
Great, man. So the next question I got for you guys is, what do you love about being a Bomber? And I'm gonna follow up, but I want to hear, your kind of answer to that before I add the second part of this question.
For me, it's easy. I think the family, between the players, alumni, community, coaches, like everything. I think it really is like a family. Everybody takes you in as equal from day one. And there's just no better feeling.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. The brotherhood, but also I really like the tradition at Ithaca College. Every year we get to play in one of the biggest games, the biggest little game in the nation. And even like the little things, like walking up the hill, up and down before practice. We probably won't get to do that anymore because we have turf now. But even like the little traditional things that we do as a team, brings us together and forms that brotherhood.
Yeah, not like both these guys have been saying, just the brotherhood you get from the moment you step on campus is different. It's something I never had before, really. And I live with both these guys. These are two of my best friends, and then it's just the people you meet, they're your boys, like immediately and for life. And it's just like some crazy bonds that you really can't explain.
That's awesome, man. So to follow up and add to that question, how have some of the previous guys or some of the guys you've previously played with here, guys that have graduated, guys that played here with you guys prior, how have they helped you grow and develop?
For me, like we had a bunch of fifth year corners last year and even the year before, and I just think of like days after practice, like and ACAP, like working with them, like on even if it was just 50% footwork, and they're like coaching me and like as if like they want me to take their spot. And to me, like that was really inspiring, like that, like these older guys, like they want you to be great because they know like this program is bigger than them. And so the unselfishness from the older guys just all throughout has been great. And then, like I said, like older guys like A and ACAP just like taking me under the wing and just making me so much better as a player.
Yeah, so for me personally, I had Mikey Rumez as kind of my mentor these first couple years. And I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better mentor. I mean, he's Mikey football. He's awesome. He's taught me a lot, staying after practice, showing me technique, just watching him, how he is in games, in practice, how he is off the field. But even day one, you walk in as a freshman, everybody wants you to be great. Like Danny said, they know that the program is bigger than them. And the younger guys are the ones who are the future of the program. So you got to teach them while they're young, get them to feel more comfortable. And I definitely, the fifth years and seniors definitely did that for our class. So hopefully, we do that for the younger kids eventually.
Yeah, right away, my freshman year, I had a fifth year kind of take me under his wing, and we played the same position, Antonio Brick Valley. So yeah, when you first and coaching you, like they want you to take their spot. And I know Jake has a great relationship with Mikey. Like I'll still talk to Antonio sometimes. Like these guys really want the best for you, and like we all and the seniors above us, like we're all wanting the best for you guys coming in. So
That's awesome, man. Yeah, you guys named some great names, some legendary names here, man. Guys that, you know, worked extremely hard at their craft. And, you know, I know you guys are going to be in their footsteps here very, very shortly. So bonus question for you guys. What is the favorite class that you've taken at Ithaca?
For me, I'd probably say OBM, organizational behavior management, but that's more so the best professor ever. If you guys ever get a chance to take a class with Ed Cato, definitely do it. He's a great guy. Like he looks out for you. Like the material was somewhat interesting, but he just made it so much more interesting. And I feel like I probably learned the most in that class out of any class I've taken in the business school. So I would definitely say that.
Yeah, so I picked up a minor in business entrepreneurship, so I had to take intro to business, and it was with Ed Cato, and he's the reason why that is probably my favorite course that I've taken the first 4 semesters of college. So you know, like when you get a good professor, you want to learn and you want to be in class, you want to show up. So definitely, if you do get a chance to take a class with Ed Cato, I would definitely say to take a class with him.
yeah, these kids just stole my answer. I was gonna say Ed Cato too. He's the GOAT. But I'll go with for you non-business majors, anyone in health sciences, if you have a chance to take anatomy and physiology, which you probably will have to, with Tim Reynolds. Tim Reynolds is also the man. Very, very cool guy, very knowledgeable dude.
Yeah, shout out Professor Cato, shout out Professor Reynolds. Both great guys. So lastly here, guys, I got one more bonus question for you. What is your favorite football moment as a Bomber?
For me, I'd probably say my first interception against Buffalo State. I mean, there's nothing better.
Yeah, probably definitely, but an interception. But I would probably say it's tough between playing at Yankee Stadium and win the Liberty League. I really can't choose. But if I do had to choose one, I mean, like playing at Yankee Stadium was pretty fun. But I can't choose one. It's both. I pick
It's
both.
tough. No, those are both huge moments for sure.
Yeah.
Those were both sick, championship and playing at Yankee Stadium. But I'll take last postseason game against Springfield. Was playing through some injuries, came out, had a real good game. I told Danny that I was going to take a handoff from their quarterback, ended up forcing a fumble. So thought that was pretty cool.
Awesome, man. Yeah, no, they're all great moments. So I appreciate your guys' time. And you know, for you guys that are you know being recruited by us, you know, we wanted you to hear, you know, testimonies from our players so that you understand, you know, how special this place is. So again, this is another edition of a Bomber briefing, and go Bombers. We'll see you all soon.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
Coach.
Go Bombers.
Go
You
Bombers.
too. Go Bombers.